Hey everyone, it's January 7th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with serial killer Israel Keyes, who murdered at least 11 victims beginning in 1998. And that is him right up there. The second of 10 children in a Mormon family, Keyes was born in 1978 and grew up being homeschooled in Utah. The family eventually moved to rural Washington, living in a cabin without running water or electricity. They became friendly with their neighbor, white supremacist and future convicted murderer Chevy Kehoe, who they met attending a Christian Identity church that asserts that white Americans are the true Israelites favored by God in the Bible. He also developed an obsession with firearms and started using stray animals as target practice. In the late 90s, Keyes joined the Army and was stationed at Fort Lewis, which is south of Tacoma. He was known to drink heavily, downing multiple bottles of wild turkey every weekend. After his military service, he spent some time in upstate New York where he owned 10 acres of property and ultimately moved to Alaska, starting a construction firm in Anchorage in 2007. But during this time, he was leaving a trail of bodies behind him. Keyes would spend months planning a murder, going to campgrounds and abducting victims before strangling them because he gained enjoyment from watching them lose consciousness. His MO was to bury a murder kit containing weapons, money, and items to help in disposing of a body, then dig it up when he was ready to commit a murder nearby. These kits were stashed across the country near campgrounds and hiking trails and allowed him to avoid suspicion by buying his implements years before they were ever used. Keyes claimed to have killed his first victim in 1998 just before he joined the Army, then embarked on his murder spree in 2001 when he was discharged. He confessed to killing multiple victims in Washington and upstate New York, as well as to robbing banks and burglarizing and torching a home in Texas. Additionally, Keyes killed a woman in New Jersey in 2009, and that same year hid a murder kit in Vermont. 2 years later, he retrieved it and used it on a married couple when he broke into their home, tied them up, drove them to an abandoned farmhouse, shot the husband, sexually assaulted and then strangled the wife. Their bodies were never found. In 2012, Keyes abducted an 18-year-old barista in Anchorage, kidnapping her from her workplace before sexually assaulting and killing her. He left her body in a shed and then went on a cruise in the Gulf of Mexico. When he returned, he retrieved the body, put makeup on her face, sewed her eyes open, and took a picture of her, sending a $30,000 ransom demand to her family. He then dismembered the body and disposed of it in Matanuska Lake. When the ransom was paid, the FBI tracked bank withdrawals across the Southwest, finally apprehending Keyes in Texas. He was extradited to Alaska where he confessed to his crimes, saying that he wished to be executed. Then he attempted to escape by breaking his leg irons and jumping over a railing, but a taser put an end to it. Keyes admired Ted Bundy and reportedly called BTK, Dennis Rader, a wimp for apologizing in court. While awaiting trial in jail, he hid a razor blade in his cell and used it to slit his own wrists, committing suicide, leaving behind drawings of 11 skulls made with his own blood. But since he took dozens of trips across the country, some believe his death toll may be much higher. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Israel Keyes, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.